I'd like to bring the December 12th Planning and Zoning meeting to order. Would everybody please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming today. That's kind of a joke. Anyone who has not yet signed in, please do so at the table located in the lobby. Should anyone wish to speak, please complete the request form. Oh, roll call. Thank you. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself.
Commissioner Morabito.
Here.
Commissioner Azarmi.
Here.
Commissioner Coletta.
Here.
Commissioner Simons. Commissioner Keller.
Here.
Commissioner Chairman Flachet.
Here.
Thank you. You have a quorum.
Thank you, John. Let's start over again with announcements. Anyone who has not yet signed in, please do so at the table located in the lobby. Should anyone wish to speak, please complete the request speak form, which is also located in the lobby next to the sign-in sheet. A request to speak form must be completed for each item you would like to speak on, including sub-items. Please note that there are stairs on the right, left, and center aisles, and we ask that you use caution when using the stairs. There's also a ramp located at the audience's left. If anyone has written comments, exhibits, petitions, photos, or letters they intend to use at today's meeting, please have 17 copies and give them to the staff member at the back of the auditorium. Staff members are located in the front. If you do not have 17 copies, please use the table with the overhead camera next to the podium to present your documents. If you want your documents to go on record, you must hand them to the clerk after your presentation with the agenda item clearly marked on the document. Members of the public cannot speak to the staff members that are sitting at the table with microphones during the meeting. If you have any questions, please see the staff member located in the back of the auditorium who can meet you in the lobby and discuss. Staff members are up front. Thank you for coming. A timer will be activated and all speakers will be limited to 2 minutes to make their presentations and statements. Everyone, please turn off your cell phones and pagers or place them on vibrate during the meeting. If you must receive a call, please leave the meeting area and go outside to have your conversation. We also ask the audience to refrain from talking with one another during the presentations and discussion. Today, the Planning and Zoning Commission will hear public testimony and then forward their recommendations to the Board of Supervisors. The items with the recommendations made by the Commission will be heard by the Board of Supervisors on Monday, January 7th at 9:30 a.m. in the same location with the exception of any continued items. Everyone attending the meeting is asked to remember that the administrative building and campus are tobacco-free areas, which means no smoking is allowed curb to curb. Also, only bottled water is allowed in the auditorium. No food, soda, coffee, etc. is allowed in the auditorium. If there are items remaining on the agenda, the Commission will break for lunch from 12 to 2 today. Approval of the minutes from last month.
Make motion to approve the minutes from November meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from last month. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Item number 1.
Item 1 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcel number 402-34100 from an AR2A agricultural residential 2-acre minimum lot size to an RE1A residential recreation 1-acre minimum lot size to bring the existing parcel into zoning compliance. Staff recommends approval of the proposed rezone as indicated in the staff report. Thank you.
Is the applicant present? The applicant is not present, and we have no speakers. Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
John, these improvements that you see on that GIS map, have they been done with a permit, or is it old, or could you give me some history on that?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Azarmi, as far as I know, I believe those were done under permit before the lots were split. And I can't speak to all of the items there, but I believe there is,
Obey your own rules.
look at one thing here. There is a septic permit on there, and I don't believe there would be that permit unless there actually had been a permit to place the home.
Okay, thank you.
Any other additional questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve per staff recommendation.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Item number 2.
Item 2A is an evaluation of a request for an amendment to the Mohave County General Plan from a UDA LDR, Urban Development Low Area Density Residential Land Use Designation, to a UDA GC, Urban Development Area General Commercial Land Use Designation, and a UDA CR, Urban Development Area Commercial Recreation Land Use Designation, and an amendment to the Virgin River Communities Area Plan from an LDR, Low Density Residential Land Use Designation, to GC, General Commercial, and HDR, High Density Residential Land Use Designations, to allow development of a recreational vehicle subdivision and commercial area, and to amend Exhibits 6.4 and 6.5 of the general plan to match. Staff recommends approval of the proposed amendment as indicated in the staff report. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the applicant present? The applicant is not present. There are no speakers on the item. Any questions or comments from the commission? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve per staff recommendations.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item number 2A. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 2B.
Item 2B is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcel number 402-42014 from a proposed RO single-family residential manufactured homes prohibited zone to C2H general commercial highway frontage and SDCRE special development commercial recreation zones for the development of a recreational vehicle subdivision and commercial area in the scenic vicinity. Staff recommends approval as indicated in the staff report. This property was the subject of a prior rezone to RO. The subdivision expired, and this is a new proposal. Staff would also suggest adding, for clarification, in item 6, that this approval will supersede BOS Resolution 2006-255, which was the prior action. With that one change, staff recommends approval. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John. The applicant is not present, and we have no speakers on the item. Any questions or comments of the commission? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve per staff recommendation with addition of item number 6 as stated by John.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 3.
Item 3 is an evaluation of a request for an extension of time for a rezone of assessor's parcel 228-26005 from an AR agricultural residential 1-acre minimum lot size to a C2 general commercial and CMO commercial manufacturing open lot storage zones for general commercial use and storage of boats, recreational vehicles, and similar items, and for an amendment to BOS Resolution 2006-516 to remove condition number 3 in the South Mohave Valley area. Staff recommends, or staff has 2 options, depending on whether the commission recommends approval or denial. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the applicant present? The applicant is not present, and we have no speakers on the item. questions or comments or discussion on the options?
Mr.
by the
Chairman?
commission? Yes.
I'm familiar with the area. Actually, I drive by every day. It is surrounded by the single-family residential, and it is, in my opinion, not consistent with the neighboring properties around. The time that I believe this was going in that direction of the commercial, there were some conversations about Mountain View to become a bypass alternative to Highway 95. That has moved to Vanderslice. I believe that the staff recommendation on option 2 would be the correct approach. Just want to discuss that with the other commissioners.
Yeah, wasn't this part of something else a couple of years ago, maybe, and that corner was left blank? Maybe it was the subdivision or something. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Mr. Chairman, it's been so long since this thing originally came through that I've kind of lost track. I believe this is kind of a piece that's outside of the actual subdivision.
If I may add, John, this was part of the parcel which is on the northeast of the property. They were going to do it at the same time. The subdivision on the northeast of it, which is the other side of the wash, that went through foreclosure. Bank took over. Then they had the auction, and the new group they purchased. But this one has stayed out of it, and they have a different titleship, and that's what they tried, I believe. But again, as I said, it is in the heart of a whole bunch of residential all around it. It's very inconsistent, and really, there is no application for commercial. And my concern is that if you provide C2, it can change to something that is going to be really not compatible with the neighboring properties around.
Any additional questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
we've given these since 2006, so it's come back, probably this is the 5th time, and I don't believe there's been any urge to do anything that's been done so far, so it's just sitting looking like it did 6 years ago. And so I would say, in my opinion, it's time to go to option 2 and rescind it.
Okay, any additional questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve option 2 of a staff recommendation on this item.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Those in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Option number 2 prevails, which is denial. Item number 4.
Item 4 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcel number 206-27020B from an AR 19A agricultural residential 19-acre minimum lot size zone to an AR 5A agricultural residential 5-acre minimum lot size zone to allow creation of 3 parcels in the Lazy YU Ranch vicinity. Staff recommends approval as indicated in the staff report. Thank you.
Is the applicant present? Yes, he is. Thank you. Would you like to, we have no speakers, would you like to address the commission? Your choice. No. All right. Okay, any questions or comments of the applicant? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve per staff recommendations.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item number 4. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 5.
Item 5 is an evaluation of a request for a zoning use permit on assessor's parcel number 308-11003 for a travel trailer as a secondary residence in an AR 5A agricultural residential 5-acre minimum lot size zone in the chloride vicinity. Staff recommends approval of the zoning use permit as indicated in the staff report. Thank you.
Is the applicant present? Would you like to address the commission? We have no speakers. Okay, we'll see what happens here, okay. Any questions of the applicant by the commission? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Discussion? Could we have a discussion?
Yeah, well, I don't know what I said.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I have a question, not particular about this agenda, but in general about, the travel trailers, and the ordinance that we have in place. Most of the residents and homeowners that they have travel trailers and RVs, they're parking it on the side of their home or somewhere on their property and using it as guest houses. Why do we need to even have this, conditional, zoning use permit? When, this has been, if you look at whoever has, an RV, in most cases, they're using it for that reason.
Isn't that illegal officially?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Azarmi, as the ordinance is currently written, the zoning use permit is required to do that. If the commission and the board decide that they want to treat it differently, then we could look at an amendment to the ordinance to change that, but as it's currently written, this is the process.
Yeah, I'm aware of the, section 27N that, basically specifies about the travel trailers. I studied it and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that, if this is going to be, and again, it's the extent of the time is only 1 year, for that.
Yeah.
So every year they have to come back and they have to do it again. So is it something that, they're applying to be more permanent? To use that as a structure, or because if that happens to that, then has to follow the HUD requirement and other things that, basically would be in that fashion.
I guess, as far as what the department can do on an individual basis, we have to follow what's currently in the ordinance. And like I said, if it's appropriate to change the ordinance to treat them differently, then that needs to come through as a text amendment. And if that's the commission.
Can we, John, rather than make it 1 year, can we make it 2 years? I think it's kind of silly to come back every year.
It's in the violation of item B, though. See, that's what I'm saying, that, when you read it, item number B, 27N1B states that this temporary residence is only for 1 year with one extension of the 6 months, and that's it. So, it cannot be used for long term. So if that is the case, and I know that, a lot of homeowners that are short term or long term, they're using those travel trailers, RVs alongside of their homes or on the property. So that's my question.
Right. Actually, in this case, we're looking at 27N1E, which deals with travel trailers. B deals with temporaries in conjunction with construction of a residence. So if you had a property where you were going to construct a residence and you wanted to bring a travel trailer in for the period of construction, so you'd have a place to live on site during construction, then you'd operate under B. This particular one is under E, which allows them without any construction going on.
On the annual basis.
But again, as it's stated in the ordinance, it's on a 1 year increment.
Okay, all right, so if we
And
want
so-
to change it, we got to change the ordinance.
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to change the ordinance if you want to change that.
Okay. Any additional questions or comments from the commission?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
If I might. One thing I just noticed, we probably need to adjust the date from January 2nd to January 6th, or 7th, in number 2, since the Board of Supervisors meeting will be on the 7th, not on the 2nd.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, excuse me for making that.
That's fine, someone needs to put that in their motion. No additional questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve item number 5 per staff recommendation, changing the second recommendation to January 7th, 2014.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to approve item number 5. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
John, one other footnote on this, do they require to respect setback requirements when they do this, something like that?
Yes, sir, they would
They
be.
do? Okay, thank you.
Okay,
So much for the argument that you were supposed to argue with me. You didn't argue.
okay, we have no other items. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Unless staff or somebody has any comments. Before we do that, I want to thank everybody and wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday, including the commission. Unfortunately, not you, Joe, but
You got singled out again.
Right back at you there.
And I move to adjourn.
have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion to adjourn. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming.